This just in, Nelson Cruz of the Rangers expected to accept 50-game suspension for alleged involvement with the biogenesis affair. Yeah, they're all going to accept it because they want to be able to come back just in time for the postseason. Alex Rodriguez is probably the only one that was going to fight this. Mark Feinsand of New York Daily News, Yankees beat writer. He would probably know better than us. Where is Alex Rodriguez right now, Mark?
I believe he is in Chicago.
Okay. You don't know for sure.
I haven't seen him. I took a red-eye here myself last night, but I know he left Trenton, and the plan was for him to get on a plane and go to Chicago, and Joe Girardi's expecting to have him in the lineup tonight with probably the most anticipated fourth place for fifth-place team game you've ever seen.
He will be in the lineup, though.
He will be in the lineup. That's, according to everybody involved, Girardi said we wouldn't bring him here if we weren't going to play him. And he's going every intention that we've heard is that he's going to appeal the suspension, and MLB is not going to slap that commissioner tag on the suspension where he would not be able to appeal it and play. So all indications are he will be in the lineup tonight, playing third base. I would guess hitting fourth.
What would be if we had a truth serum here with his teammates? How do you think that would go if you could get honest answers out of his teammates as they see A-Rod in the locker room?
Well, I think they all understand that right now, if they have any chance to get to the playoffs, they need some more offense. So they're happy to have him back because he might help them win. But at the same time, they're all tired of the whole saga. They're tired of the drama. None of them are going to be happy to have 200 media members, in the clubhouse today. And if this only goes for a couple of days and then, the media stuff dies down and it becomes sort of business as usual until the appeal is heard, I think they're okay with it. At the same time, I think they're okay if he gets suspended because I think they all want this game cleaned up. And, you've heard guys, sort of mumbling off the record about, enough already. We're just tired of this. Let's just get some clarity and some conclusion to this. So I think they're happy that at least there's working towards an answer here to figure out exactly what this guy's future is going to be.
Have you gotten reaction from the Yankees with the front office, with A-Rod not so thinly veiled remarks about the Yankees don't want to see him back and the contract and trying to avoid that?
No, they've all been pretty quiet on and off the record. They really haven't said much because I don't think they want any more ammunition that could potentially be there for A-Rod to use. Again, the same thing. I think they understand that if he can help them, that's not a bad thing. But if they can get out of that $100 million, that's also not a bad thing. So, now you hear that he's going to charge them with mishandling his injuries and potentially file a lawsuit against their medical staff. This could get really, really ugly, Dan, and it's going to be interesting to see how is this going to work with him playing for this team, suiting up in their, storied uniform, while at the same time trying to bury them in his appeal.
I'm going to ask the question I don't know if anybody's asking. What kind of player can we expect to see on the field tonight?
That's a really good question. The last time we saw him, he was stinking up the joint in the playoffs, unable to get out of his own way and getting benched for Raul Ibanez. So I don't know what kind of player they're going to expect, but I think the bottom line is that if you look at what they've gotten out of third base this year, you could probably give them more production than what they've been getting. So if he can be 50% of the player he used to be, that would be an upgrade for them right now. We saw in the minor leagues he hit about 3-4 home runs, and granted it's minor league pitching, but it just showed that somebody leaves a mistake fastball over the plate, he can still hit it, and that's something they haven't had at all from the likes of David Adams and Brent Lillibridge and company this year.
You mentioned how here's A-Rod on the field, but he's going to go after the front office, and what I was told yesterday is he's collected all these email from Randy Levine. And going to use it against him. And if it goes to court, he's going to subpoena everybody. So I don't know if it gets to that point. I don't know if they reduce this maybe to 150 games. I don't know what plays out here, but it sounds like A-Rod is talking a really good game here of, taking the Yankees and the commissioner to the mat.
Here's the only thing, is that if A-Rod has all this evidence against the Yankees, against Randy Levine, I'm not sure Bud Selig's going to care about that. This is Bud Selig trying to make his biggest statement of the last part of his commissionership, and he's obviously been working to try to rid this game of the performance-enhancing drugs. Suspending Alex Rodriguez for essentially 2 seasons, or at least 1 full year plus whatever's left of this year once this appeal is heard, That's what he wants, and that's what all the talk of the lifetime ban was about. We've talked about it. I think their end game the whole time was to keep him off the field through the end of next year. I don't think some emails against Randy Levine are going to be enough, for Seelig to overturn the arbitrator to overturn whatever evidence MLB has against A-Rod. And, I'm looking forward to seeing the release later today because apparently MLB is going to announce some of the things they have against him. And, with most of these things, you never exactly find out, the Braun thing. They never said what the suspension was for other than violating the program. So it'll be interesting to see what they're charging Alex with and, what happens from there.
Got a busy day, Mark, I'm sure. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime, Dan.
All right, Mark Feinsand, New York Daily News. That's an interesting part of this that I had not heard before, and that is that they're going to reveal what A-Rod is guilty of, being charged with. Because part of the Ryan Braun plea bargain agreement was that you won't tell people what I did. I don't have to tell anybody. There's no agreement here with A-Rod. New York Post has a picture of A-Rod. I think it's the same picture as his book that I have over my shoulder. It says, "Just go. Fans beg A-Rod, accept the ban, and leave." I don't think it's that easy, folks. There's a whole lot of money involved.